Hello, it's the Legatus Legionis, the leader of the Legion of Prayer Warriors, known as the Humble Holy Laity. I'm giving a report about my experience going to Mass this last Sunday. As you can see, I have a picture of my bicycle right here, and it is actually set on a particular road that I actually used. I took this picture at the top of a hill where I was resting. You could see the tall pine trees in the back. Okay, so there's this really amazing thing that happened when I arrived at Mass, which was that when I got there were no lights on in the church. Okay. And so I began thinking, well, is this some kind of a liturgical thing? And then I saw in the corner, I couldn't see very much, but I could see the staff of a bishop, and I could see the mitre of a bishop. And I said, man, maybe Bishop Strickland is here. There were no lights on in the church, and I will let you know what was going on in a minute. Let me show you what my destination was. Let me show you right here. Okay, I'm pulling this off of Google's Maps. This is the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception in Tyler, Texas. This is a cathedral is the bishop's church, okay? And as you can see from the perspective here, so I'm riding my bike from where I live 5 miles to go to the cathedral. Now, why am I going to the cathedral? Well, the cathedral is as close as any other Catholic church, so why not go to the cathedral? Anyways, they have an 8 o'clock Mass there, so I started out a little bit about 10 minutes before 7, and I arrived there right around 5 minutes till 8. It was a 5-mile ride, but why did it take so long? Well, because I'm out of shape and I had to walk up some of the hills, like this one that you have a picture of right here. So what happened? Well, I got there and it was completely dark within the church, but Mass was going on, you know. So eventually I asked an usher, hey, why are the lights out? He goes, they knocked out a transformer. So it was actually a power outage from a transformer that was down, and we were saying Mass almost in the dark, you know. Of course, they were lighting up any way that they could, the altar or where they were doing the readings or things like that. And sure enough, Bishop Strickland was presiding over this Mass. Now, I haven't seen him uh, in person until this time when I saw him at the Mass. And I tried to get some pictures, but all I had was my cell phone. So let me show you. Here we have a picture. Here's Bishop Strickland. He is handing out communion to his flock. See, this bishop likes to feed his children. Okay, he's a good father who feeds his children. And here is another picture from a farther, you know, I couldn't get really good pictures, but here we also have Bishop Strickland as he is handing out communion. Let me, here we put that, we could do this, okay, alrighty, okay. You know, and so let me show you a picture of the inside of the cathedral. It's it's not incredible, but it is beautiful. Let me back some of these other pictures off here a little bit. Okay. Here is a picture basically of the main aspect of the sanctuary. And I fell in love with this cross. This is one of the most human-looking um, crucifixes that I've ever seen. So it's a very beautiful cross. And I've got closer detail on the cross also. Let's, I don't know, what are we going to do with the bike here? Let's go ahead and we'll put this up here. Let me show you the better picture here. Okay. Here we go. Very, very beautiful cross. Crucifix, rather. Okay, there we go. There we go. Very, very nice. Very, very beautiful crucifix that is in this cathedral. And you're saying, well, what cathedral? It's actually almost more like a very big church. Okay, but the diocese of Tyler, I think it's under 1 million Catholics in the diocese. It's not a very big area. We're close to Houston and Dallas, and now Tyler, it's more than just the city of Tyler, okay, because I looked it up. I don't have the specs for you on that, but actually around the time that after offertory, the power came on, okay? That's why I was able to get the photographs that you see, because all of a sudden the power was on. Now, what would I have to say about Bishop Strickland going to Mass with him presiding? It was an extremely profound and spiritual experience. Okay, during the consecration of the body and the blood of Jesus Christ, he held both the body when he consecrated it for about a minute or so and allowed just ordinary people to be a part of the presence of God. And he did the same thing with the chalice. And it was very moving to see a bishop witnessing to the real presence of Jesus in the body and the blood in front of his flock, teaching his flock, leading them in prayer, leading them in prayer. And from what I gather, from what little I understand at this point, he does different things with his own people. Now, I'm not ragging on other bishops because other bishops have much larger dioceses. Okay, and they're very, very limited. I remember the Archbishop of San Antonio had a very busy agenda. He had to run around doing confirmations and, all the things that a bishop has to do, and he was extremely busy. He made as much time as he could, and people could request him as a speaker through his office. So, Archbishop Flores was his name at the time, and he was a very good bishop. It's been replaced by Gustavo, and um, my understanding is that Gustavo has some sort of a connection. Church Militant found some connection between him and some questionable priests. In any case, that was my journey Sunday. I finally made it back. I think it actually took me even longer to get back, an hour and 20 minutes maybe. and but I made it. I made it up and back. I didn't have to pay Lyft to get to Mass, and I'm continuing my journey, and I'm very, very pleased to have met Bishop Strickland. I did shake his hand, and I told him that I had moved to Tyler, Texas, just to be within his diocese. Of course, he doesn't know me from Adam, but that's okay. That's the way that it needs to be. May everyone have a very, very blessed day. Say a prayer for me. I am praying for you, and I will talk to you later.